The world bids a sorrowful farewell to a true icon of the boxing ring, a man whose fists could shake the world, but whose heart was even stronger. As family, friends, and fans gather to honor his memory, the funeral of George Foreman is not just a farewell, it's a moment of grief, reflection, and celebration of a life that inspired millions. From the roar of the crowd to the quiet strength of his faith, his legacy will live on far beyond the final bell. His journey from a troubled youth to an Olympic gold medalist, world champion, and beloved public figure has left an indelible mark on the world of sports and beyond. But his story wasn't just about titles and triumphs, it was about second chances, reinvention, and an unbreakable spirit. News of George Foreman's passing has sent shockwaves throughout the boxing community and among his millions of fans worldwide. A fighter both in and out of the ring, Foreman's legacy extends far beyond his athletic achievements. His strength, humility, and larger-than-life personality made him a household name, and today, we gather to honor his remarkable life and contributions. Born on January 10, 1949, in Marshall, Texas, Foreman rose from humble beginnings to become one of the greatest boxers in history. His gold medal victory at the 1968 Olympics was just the beginning of an illustrious career. In 1973, he captured the heavyweight title by demolishing Joe Frazier in a stunning performance. Although he suffered a legendary defeat to Muhammad Ali in the famed Rumble in the Jungle, Foreman's comeback story would become one of the most inspiring in sports history. After a decade-long hiatus, George Foreman returned to the ring in his 40s and defied the odds, reclaiming the heavyweight championship in 1994 at the age of 45. This historic victory made him the oldest boxer ever to win the title, cementing his place as one of the most remarkable athletes in the sport's history. Foreman's comeback was not just a testament to his skill and resilience, but also an embodiment of perseverance, faith, and the ability to reinvent oneself against all odds. Foreman's return to boxing was met with skepticism. The once feared knockout artist had retired in 1977 after suffering a defeat at the hands of Jimmy Young, following which he underwent a profound spiritual transformation. Foreman had become an ordained minister and devoted himself to his faith, community work, and business ventures. The notion of a former champion returning to the brutal world of heavyweight boxing after a 10-year layoff seemed preposterous to many. At 38, when he first announced his comeback in 1987, he was seen as a relic of a bygone era, a man whose time had passed. The sport had moved on, and a new generation of fighters had emerged. Yet Foreman was determined to prove that he still had what it took to compete at the highest level. Unlike the young, lean powerhouse he had been in the 1970s, the older Foreman was bulkier, slower, and seemingly less intimidating. But what he lacked in speed, he made up for with wisdom, experience, and a more measured fighting style. He adopted a calmer demeanor in and out of the ring, contrasting sharply with the fiery, aggressive persona of his youth. Instead of relying solely on brute strength, he used patience, strategy, and a deep understanding of the sport to outmaneuver his opponents. His comeback fight in 1987 against Steve Zosky was a modest success. A warm-up for what was to come. Over the next few years, he steadily worked his way back into contention, defeating a string of opponents while enduring criticism about his age and conditioning. Skeptics continued to doubt whether he could compete with the best in the division, but Foreman remained undeterred. His victories over fighters like Jerry Cooney and Bert Cooper proved that he was more than just a nostalgic figure, he was a legitimate contender. The pinnacle of his comeback journey came on November 5, 1994, when Foreman faced Michael Moorer for the heavyweight championship. Moorer, an undefeated southpaw, was 19 years younger, and at the peak of his career. Many believed Foreman had little chance against the younger, faster champion. Throughout most of the fight, Moorer dominated, outlanding Foreman with ease and controlling the pace. But Foreman remained composed, absorbing punishment while looking for an opening. Then, in the 10th round, history was made. Foreman unleashed a devastating right hand that sent Moorer crashing to the canvas. The knockout was not just a triumph in the ring, but a victory for perseverance and self-belief. At 45, George Foreman had reclaimed the heavyweight championship, etching his name in history as the oldest man to ever achieve such a feat. His victory resonated far beyond the sport of boxing. Foreman's comeback became a symbol of defying limitations, proving that age is just a number, and that it is never too late to chase one's dreams. His success inspired countless individuals, both athletes and non-athletes, to pursue their goals regardless of obstacles or societal expectations. Foreman's story was not just about winning a title, it was about redemption, reinvention, and proving that setbacks are not the end but rather a stepping stone to greater achievements. Following his final retirement from boxing in 1997, Foreman continued to build his legacy outside the ring. His success as an entrepreneur, particularly with the George Foreman Grill, turned him into a global icon and a household name. His affable personality and wisdom made him a beloved figure in the world of sports and business. Unlike many athletes who struggle with their post-competition lives, Foreman thrived, using his platform to inspire and mentor others. In the end, George Foreman's journey was about much more than boxing. It was about resilience, faith, and the power of reinvention. His return to the ring in his 40s and subsequent triumph over the odds serves as a powerful reminder that determination and belief can lead to extraordinary accomplishments. Whether inside the ring or beyond, Foreman's legacy remains one of the most compelling and inspirational stories in sports history. Beyond his boxing achievements, George Foreman also found immense success as an entrepreneur. His name became synonymous with the George Foreman Grill, a product that revolutionized the kitchen appliance industry. The grill, marketed as a healthier way to cook, became a massive success, selling over 100 million units worldwide. Foreman's charisma and lickability made him an effective pitchman, and he reportedly earned more from the grill's sales than he ever did from boxing. This business venture turned him into a multimillionaire, ensuring his financial stability for years to come. Foreman's journey into entrepreneurship was not just about financial gain but also about reinvention. After retiring from boxing, he initially struggled to find a clear path forward. However, his natural charm and affable personality made him a prime candidate for marketing and endorsements. When the opportunity to promote the lean, fat-reducing grilling machine arose, Foreman seized it with both hands. The idea of a grill that helped people cook with less grease aligned perfectly with his renewed focus on health and fitness. His endorsement propelled the product into millions of households, making it one of the most recognizable kitchen appliances of its time. What made the George Foreman Grill so successful was not just the product itself, but Foreman's unique ability to connect with people. Unlike many celebrity endorsements that feel forced or insincere, Foreman genuinely believed in the product. His personal story of weight struggles and his transition from a heavyweight champion to a health-conscious individual resonated with consumers. His infectious enthusiasm turned the grill into more than just a cooking device. It became a symbol of healthier living. The financial windfall from the grill was staggering. Foreman's deal with the manufacturing company initially earned him a percentage of sales, but as the product became a global phenomenon, he was offered a lump sum buyout. Reports indicate that he received approximately $137 million in a single transaction, one of the most lucrative endorsement deals in history. This, combined with his earnings from residual sales and promotions, made him wealthier than he had ever been during his boxing career. Foreman did not stop with the grill. His entrepreneurial spirit led him to explore other business ventures, including clothing lines, personal fitness equipment, and even a line of cleaning products. While none reached the stratospheric heights of the grill, they reinforced his status as a savvy businessman. He also became an inspirational speaker, sharing his journey from a troubled youth to world champion, from bankruptcy to financial success. His story served as a testament to the power of perseverance and reinvention. In addition to business, Foreman also found a calling in religious and philanthropic work. After a near-death experience in 1977, he became a born-again Christian and dedicated a significant portion of his life to ministry. He founded the George Foreman Youth and Community Center, aimed at helping underprivileged children find guidance, discipline, and a sense of purpose. His dedication to giving back showed that his success was not solely about personal wealth, but also about making a positive impact on society. Foreman's dual legacy as a boxing champion and a business mogul is unique in the sports world. Many athletes struggle financially after their careers end, but Foreman's ability to pivot into entrepreneurship set him apart. His story is often cited as an example of how athletes can successfully transition into business if they leverage their brand wisely. His warm, larger-than-life personality, coupled with smart business decisions, ensured that his name remained relevant long after he threw his last punch in the ring. Despite his business acumen, Foreman remained deeply connected to boxing. He worked as a commentator and analyst, sharing his insights and love for the sport with new generations. His return to boxing in the 1990s, culminating in his historic heavyweight title win at age 45, added another layer to his incredible story. This comeback, along with his success outside the ring, cemented his place as one of the most remarkable figures in sports history. Foreman's financial success also allowed him to enjoy a comfortable and fulfilling personal life. He raised a large family, famously naming most of his sons George in a humorous yet affectionate tribute to himself. His family values and faith remained strong pillars in his life, guiding his decisions both in business and in his personal endeavors. Even as he aged, Foreman continued to embrace new opportunities. He remained an in-demand speaker and television personality, appearing on talk shows, commercials, and even reality TV. His ability to adapt to changing times while staying true to his core values made him an enduring figure in American culture. Ultimately, George Foreman's life beyond boxing is a masterclass in reinvention. From a ferocious fighter to a successful entrepreneur, from a preacher to a philanthropist, his journey showcases the limitless possibilities that come with hard work, resilience, and a willingness to evolve. His story is not just about sports or business. It is about seizing opportunities, making smart choices, and leaving a lasting legacy that goes far beyond the ring. Despite his success in business and boxing, Foreman remained deeply committed to his faith and family. He continued his work as a minister and was actively involved in philanthropy. He also embraced fatherhood, raising 10 children, 5 of whom he famously named George. His reasoning for this unusual naming choice was simple. He wanted all of his sons to carry his name as a source of unity and pride. Foreman's story is one of redemption and reinvention. From a ferocious young fighter to a humbled preacher, from a retired athlete to a world champion in his 40s, he exemplified resilience and the ability to adapt. His life serves as an inspiration, not just to athletes but to anyone facing adversity. As we gather here today, family, friends, and fans remember George not just as a ferocious fighter, but as a gentle giant with a heart of gold. Fellow boxers, sports analysts, and admirers from all walks of life have shared their condolences, reflecting on his impact both inside and outside the ring. His contributions to charity, his motivational words, and his unwavering faith will remain a beacon of hope for many. George's legacy is built not only on his incredible achievements in boxing, but also on the profound impact he had on people's lives. His fellow athletes, including some of his toughest opponents, have paid their respects, emphasizing his sportsmanship and kindness. Many recall how, despite his fierce competitiveness, he always found time to mentor younger fighters, offering guidance, wisdom, and encouragement. Boxing legends like Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield have spoken of their deep admiration for George, not just as a boxer, but as a man of integrity. He was a warrior, but he was also one of the most compassionate and humble people I ever met, said Holyfield. Tyson echoed similar sentiments, stating, "George was an inspiration to me growing up. He showed me that strength isn't just about power, it's about heart." Beyond the world of sports, George made an indelible mark through his philanthropic efforts. He believed in giving back and was deeply involved in numerous charitable causes, particularly those supporting underprivileged youth. His foundation provided scholarships to aspiring athletes, built training facilities in underserved communities, and funded education programs for young boxers. Many beneficiaries of George's generosity have come forward to express their gratitude. "If it weren't for George's foundation, I wouldn't be where I am today," said one former scholarship recipient. He believed in us when no one else did. One of George's defining qualities was his unwavering faith. He often credited his resilience to his belief in God and was known for inspiring others through his words of encouragement. His motivational speeches, delivered at schools, churches, and public events, left a lasting impression on many. He told us to never give up, no matter how hard life gets, recalled a young fan who met George at a youth empowerment seminar. He made us believe that we were capable of great things. Even in his later years, George continued to share messages of hope and determination, reminding everyone that setbacks were just setups for comebacks. His words will continue to inspire future generations, ensuring that his legacy lives on not just in boxing, but in the hearts of those who looked up to him. Fans from all over the world have paid tribute in countless ways. Vigils, memorial services, and social media tributes have flooded in, showcasing just how beloved he was. Hashtags honoring his name have trended globally, with fans sharing their favorite moments, fights, and interviews. George Foreman's life was more than just a tale of boxing greatness. It was a testament to the power of perseverance, faith, and the belief that no matter how many times you fall, you can always rise again. As we say goodbye to this legendary figure, We remember not only the champion in the ring, but the man who touched countless lives with his generosity, wisdom, and unbreakable spirit. Rest in peace, Big George. Your legacy will live on forever.